No money for chariots of fire, but there's plenty for shot glasses of cum.
Which would have been a better film.
If you saw that on a marquee outside a cinema,
Eric Liddell refusing to drink his cum on a Sunday.
I'm not gobbling cum on the Sabbath.
Warning. The following podcast contains extreme language and themes and is not suitable for all audiences.
Hello and welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland. Him, a big fat cunt. We've got little not gay Tom in the corner with his racist child assistant. And also, we have a very special guest with us today. It is comedy legend and Geordie man. It is Gav Webster.
Woo. Hello.
Hello, mate. Yeah, we don't really have anyone to woo, so just Tom has to do it. So a little bit of underwhelming intro, sorry.
It sounded genuine anyway.
He's very excited.
Sincere.
Yeah. He's always excited by everything.
I just like wooing.
Yeah, especially when he goes to get his new little army grade crew cut. Looking good, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you got a new Turkish barber?
No, I just wanted it shorter this time.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive, I'd say.
Yeah.
You look like a football manager regen.
That's so accurate.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
I'm trying a new persona of the podcast Hardman now.
Right.
What?
Another
Shut
Hardman of
the
podcast.
fuck up.
Yeah. So if anyone messes with you,
Right, fight Gav then.
Well, no, because
I'm an unknown quantity.
yeah, exactly.
I
You
don't
are,
know,
though.
like-
You went to comedians boxing, didn't you?
Certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I won.
Yeah, who'd you fight?
I fought, can't remember his name. No, it was Mark Nelson.
Mark Nelson. He twatted Nelson.
Yes, indeed
Right.
I did. Yeah.
And Nelson would twat you.
Oh, yeah,
So-
absolutely.
And
I'm
he
thinking of-
likes to deny it, but I did twat him.
He
Yeah.
twatted a fully grown man that still bleaches his hair. You know, it's really impressive.
Yeah, like all the cool guys, like Gaza. I can literally only think of 90s football examples. The Romanian team.
The Romanian team, he's took bad advice there, hasn't he, with the hair bleaching? I don't know. I was told him that looks good.
There is a clear age ceiling on that sort of stuff where it begins to look like a crisis,
Yes.
doesn't it? If I suddenly came in with a mohawk of the three hairs I had left arranged carefully.
Yeah. I think with most people, I think there's a few people who, once you hit your 40s or whatever, like getting things like teeth done or your hair done and stuff, it's worth it. But I think for most people, just grow old gracefully.
Give up.
There's nothing the matter with that. Would you put a line in the sand for an age, or is it different with different people?
Different with different people.
Yeah,
like, for example,
definitely.
I gave up at 20.
And it should have been before that. Really, that was late for him to give up. It was already over by 12.
Yeah, I clung on for 4 years, but I gave up at 20. Like, I just, there's nothing. Imagine how ridiculous I'd look with turkey teeth.
It would be so
And just
funny.
me.
Can't really get the view there, but yeah, I've known you a long time, but I'm trying to imagine what it would be like. I don't know whether it'd be ridiculous.
It's lipstick on a pig, Gav.
You could have turkey teeth but never smile. You could be a miserable cunt, couldn't you? But you never smile, so you never show the turkey teeth off. You've suddenly got to develop some chirpy persona just in order to flash the teeth now
Or
and again.
really angry. It's just like this all the time. That's how a lot of Scouse women look now, innit? They've just permanently got that face.
They live in Liverpool. Of course, they're gonna be
I'd
angry.
really like to watch a TV series around that about a guy that goes and gets turkey teeth, but then he just has a really bad life and just never gets to smile about anything. Just his life is a constant series of disappointments, and he's just dying. He's had it done months ago. He just wants to show it off.
He's like, and it's like, your mum's dead. Oh,
Yeah.
just anytime he gets close.
Oh God.
But if he's terminally ill, you've got to think of I don't know, silver linings with that.
gotta look for the positives.
I'll get to walk my daughter down the aisle. That's providing, I don't have.
I think if you're
relapse.
terminally ill, you shouldn't be having cosmetic surgery. I just don't think you're getting your use out of it.
If you have the replacement hair thing, and then you have cancer, will it come out in chemo?
Yes.
all
What do you
your
think
hair
it
stops,
is?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know
not
how it works.
magic super hair that is immune to radiation.
Well, I don't know how it works.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I've just been to Chernobyl for a touch-up on my hairline. The fuck are you on about?
I don't know how it works. Is it real hair?
It's hair, yeah.
It is hair.
Yeah, they take follicles off other
That's right.
places, don't they?
Yeah. And they sort of like knit it into your
Yeah, they
fucking
take
scalp.
off like a chimp's back and then like put it in your head.
That's why it looks a bit like Action Man or something. It
Yeah.
always looks a bit weird.
Yeah,
It doesn't look right.
Yeah, what happens is as well, you still carry on balding, so eventually you end up with this like moat behind it.
That's what I've heard, because people get it done at the front,
Yeah.
but then the area at the top of the head starts balding, so you have this, as you say, you've got these two separate islands of hair.
Also, just to go back to what you said, Tom, the alternative would be to have chemo and it not fall out, but every other bit of hair on your body falling
And you
out.
just have a line that you look like fucking Ronaldo at the fucking South Korea World Cup, innit?
No eyebrows.
Just a line there. And then one little cap on the back, like. Oh,
That was a wild haircut from Ronaldo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
What
of
an
course.
insane thing to do.
yeah.
That was.
Cool, that.
Yeah.
Like, I think go for it, you know?
Yeah.
You should go for a little weird one like that.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
Can we do it for Dead
So, like,
Meat
as
next
we
year?
had
Can we
sort
choose
of,
your haircut?
Yeah.
We had chemo skull cap, really. Which is, might open a few doors in some places.
I have started the day filled with rage.
The usual.
Yeah. So I noticed, right, so for a comedian, car insurance is the bane of your fucking life, isn't
Right.
it?
Well, it is if you tell them the truth ever.
Yeah. So what you have to do is you just have to lie.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys, but I am a writer
I'm
that
a
does
professional writer.
I'm a writer, yeah.
Yeah, we're all professional writers because it's at least 50% of stand-up is the writing.
And
then,
absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
if I write one more thing that isn't stand-up on top of that.
That's how I see it too. Yeah.
And like a podcaster isn't you can't choose that. And I'm writing this as I say it.
How many-
So I'm writing this
You're
right
writing
now.
that,
I'm just
yeah,
writing
yeah.
this.
How many
I've
miles-
written this and also this.
How many miles a year do you do?
Oh, it's got to be upwards of 3,000 or 4,000.
We use the magic word up once. You say,
yeah.
3,000 plus.
yeah. And like I
3,000 plus 30,000.
Yeah, I will also be carefully parking my car in the garage at my mother's house in North Yorkshire this evening. She is from a very crime-free little town in the middle of nowhere that makes my premium significantly cheaper, in theory, if I were someone who was to commit serious insurance fraud. But thankfully, I'm not.
So I was with the RAC. For
Right.
insurance, just because it's literally the cheapest one.
Right.
My
Whichever one the meerkat tells me.
my insurance.
I'm putting the details, and then he goes, "You're with Aviva," and then I go, "Yeah." Cool.
I do go compare because that guy gropes people. So
Oh, yes, yeah.
Did he? Is he a fiddler? Is that why he's off the telly? The Geo Compare?
mate, no. She's doing Strictly at the moment.
Doing Strictly Come Dancing at the
and there's a
moment.
couple of
Oh, that's the guy. I saw the
Yes,
clip of
it's
him
him.
like going like, and
Indeed.
she's like, "Meep."
yeah. But what's really good is on social media the hashtag grope compare is trending.
That's great.
She's great.
Did he ever grow up two women at once? He just, go compare.
My mate used to.
Fatter tits on this one. Do you want me to email it? Yeah.
My mate from uni was Welsh, and he was from the same village as that guy. And apparently, people
really?
used to throw dog shit at his house all the time when the adverts were on. 'Cause it was so annoying. It was just the thing. All the kids in the town that just fucking lob shit at his house.
Compare this.
So anyway, my insurance was about like 50 something quid a month, which
Right.
is decent. Do you know what I mean? Like
all right, yeah. So about 360 quid a year. Oh, but did you do it monthly?
Yeah, I do it monthly.
Right, okay.
So they
Welcome
charge
to
me.
Hot Insurance Chat.
Anyway,
Can we have a sting, please, Tom? Talking about insurance. But remember, guys, Freddy isn't autistic.
so I noticed that they'd increased it this year, and it was like 65 quid.
Bastards.
And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But they'd renewed it without asking me. They'd done that auto-renew bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you do get several emails warning you that's happening.
Yeah, I ignored them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So all right, so they did tell you, to be clear.
They also have my address and they have my telephone number.
And you definitely selected email as the option of how they contact you, which is why they do it like that.
Shut up. You sound like them. So
how have you put me on the side of an insurance company? This is mental.
So anyway, right, I rang them up and I was like, look, I was more than happy to stay with them if they could kind of get it, meet me in the middle, knock a few quid off, do you know what I mean, whatever. And they
I was happy to honour the contract I had already signed and was now beholden to.
And they said, look, yeah, fine, we need to go through again. Is there any details? And I changed a couple of absolutely minor fucking details.
How do you mean by minor details?
What did I change?
What car he had, mileage, gender,
How many points?
several crimes.
There isn't really any minor details, is there?
I changed my email address.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that counts as minor, I think. If they're doing you on the premium because you've had a new fucking address, like, this cunt's still using Hotmail, fuck off.
And I changed something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, my excess was 700 quid, which I thought was insane.
Right.
So I just lowered it to like 500 or whatever.
So you changed your excess, so that will change your policy.
Anyway, it's fine, right?
Thank you.
So they went through everything, and they went, oh, your new quote's come out, and it's 74 quid or something like that a
You
month.
stupid
And I was
cunt.
like, for fuck's sake. And they went, and also, there's a £25 admin fee for changing things. And I went, you can fuck right off. And they were like, I went, you haven't done £25 worth of work.
Yes.
You've changed something in a computer. They went, well, we have to update it with all our underwriters. And I went, and that happens automatically.
Yeah, in this day and age, yeah, of course.
on the system you all share. It's not like you're handwriting letters and getting a man to deliver them
They've
via
got to send
horseback.
7 pigeons out.
And they were like, well, we can't fucking, we can't do anything about the
Nothing that said it like that.
fee.
We can't fucking do anything about it, you can't. Now fuck off.
So they
Happy
said,
motoring.
they said, it's very clearly listed in, we put it in our terms and conditions. And I went, whoa. I said, it's in your terms and conditions, fine. But don't you dare tell me that you very clearly list it. I said, if you very clearly list it, it'd be on the front page of your fucking website. You bury it in the terms and conditions so that idiots like me won't read it, which is fine, but don't lie to me and say that you're being dead clear and upfront about it. And they went, well, it's in our terms and conditions. I went, but that doesn't mean that it's all right. I said, if you, and this was the exact, all right, okay, I'll tell you what. Just pause this story. I'm going to give you 3 options.
Oh, please do. I'm on tenterhooks.
I love this.
As to what you think happened next.
Oh, it's exciting.
Number 1.
Oh, how did this phone call end?
Number 1. Number 1.
This is his machine story, I'm telling you. He'll be telling this for 20 years.
Number 1.
Yeah.
I politely backed down
Uh-huh.
and agreed to the increase.
Sure.
Number 2. I disagreed with him in a polite manner and hung up.
This is like one of Tom's quizzes.
Or,
It's number 3.
It's number 3.
or number 3. I did loads of tenuous analogies and swore at them and everything got really awkward.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 3.
But then that still ends up with you hanging up, doesn't it?
So what I
did
did...
No, he's still on the phone.
So this is what I literally said to them. I said, see if it was in your terms and conditions that every time I wanted to change my details, you got to send someone round to my house to bend me over and fuck me. I wouldn't just sit and accept it. And so she took that opportunity to go, sir, if you're going to speak like that, then I'm not going to... And I was like, I'm just using a turn of phrase.
Oh, that outball, they always use
Just a
that.
turn of phrase.
Yeah, that's a common turn of phrase. You often read that in, I don't know,
The Spectator.
yeah.
So anyway... I think it was
I
Shakespeare.
think I first read that in The Great Gatsby.
It's actually Shakespeare who invented that phrase, isn't it?
So anyway, I said, look, you need to take that off. I'm not... And they were like, no, we can't take it. I was in your terms and conditions. I went, right, okay, cancel my account. Just cancel it. And they went, there's a £45 cancellation fee to cancel your account. And I went, not a fucking chance. My policy renewed 3 days ago. I'm not paying you 45 quid. And so they put me through to the complaints department, and we had a 30-minute shouting match back and forth. And now they're going to take me to court, apparently.
Amazing.
So the upshot of it is, are you with another insurance company now?
No.
Are you still insured?
You hope so.
I figure I am.
You've shouted "cancel my account" at them a lot of times, didn't you?
Yeah.
Might they have cancelled your account?
I'm
going to grass on Freddy. When we go for lunch, I'm grassing on him.
No, you're not.
I am going to call
No,
the
you're
police.
not.
I'm going to tell him.
You're not
going to tell
do
him that you're driving uninsured.
You're not going to do that.
You're driving uninsured. Look how shitting himself he is. You're driving uninsured. That's illegal.
Okay. I drove uninsured for about 6 months earlier this year. Like,
I thought it's quite hard to get away with that now, just through the fact that they
dead
can
easy,
track
mate.
you.
Genuinely dead easy. I did it for fucking 6 months earlier this year.
Well, I thought the police could track you really.
Yeah, but
the
they only get you
cameras
every now and again. I got done once for not having tax. I think it was because I just forgotten to renew it, and I'd apparently not had it for 6 months.
yeah,
and
do you remember when I lost the Sawn thing?
Yeah.
And I had to
Another
request
exciting
it
story.
back. I just fucking look. It's not exciting to you, but there will be people listening to this that empathise.
Will there?
No.
No. I think it's very, very funny that you're going to end up in court because you got charged minorly more because you forgot to look at your renewal on insurance.
I once got stopped in a hire car. It was a very dodgy hire company. You know what I mean? It's this honest John of the bottom end of Walker in Newcastle or something. And I never liked this bloke. He had these rotten cars, you know. And I was doing Liverpool. I was doing the Laughter House, and I was coming out of Liverpool, sort of Wavertree ways. You come right out at the end of Liverpool, and I got stopped by this cop, and he said, right, okay, your car's not insured. I went, it's a hire car, you know? He says, well, according to this tracking machine here, you haven't got that picks up on cars that aren't insured. Yours isn't insured. I thought, fucking in the streets of Liverpool. I'm surprised that thing hasn't fucking exploded. It's just passing you all the time, you know what I mean?
It's like going on Grindr in Soho.
You could probably get some sort of fucking backbeat to it, couldn't you? Go, anyway, so you read the right out. I says, look, it's because when it's not your responsibility, you just go, look, it's a fucking hire car. I don't care. Take it up with them.
Yeah.
And he says, and he sort of said, well, I've had the stuff I'd signed that day. Went, well, look, I'll believe you with that, and we'll let this go, because when it's somebody else's responsibility to sort it out, you get cocky, don't you?
I fucking love it,
not
mate.
my fucking problem,
mate. So a guy who used to live at my house has clearly got quite a lot of debt and loads of I'm on about my third different bailiff company that's tried to contact him, and I just keep winding him up because they used to be chasing me, so it's really delightful.
Oh yes,
that now because I keep emailing going he don't live here, and then they're like, oh, can you prove it?
Former alcoholic laughing at the drunks.
Yeah, totally.
Lucky you,
I mean, I do a bit of that as well. But yeah, they'll be like, can you send us ID? And I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm not sending you shit. And they're like, oh, we're going to send someone round. I'm like, great. I'll happily waste their afternoon. I'm a very petty man with a lot of free time. Let's fucking go.
That's the beauty of being a writer.
Exactly. Yeah. I've got a really funny little silly story to show you, and then I'll show you got loads of stuff. Go on Cling Film at the bottom. This one really made me giggle. Right?
What? What?
King Charles did not know what cling film was and shrieked the first time he saw it.
What?
I want to know how old he was. I literally read the headline, giggled for about half an hour, and just didn't read any more because I wanted to find out the rest with you.
It starts off, we've all been there. King Charles III had no idea what cling film was and shrieked the first time he saw it. An author has claimed in an unauthorised biography which detailed a selection of interesting stories about our new monarch. Author Tom Bauer said he interviewed over 120 people for his biography of Charles entitled Rebel Prince.
Rebel fucking Prince.
Rebel Prince.
Yeah,
Oh yes, what a rebel.
nothing
Yeah,
more
he's such a bad
rebellious
boy.
than,
He's like
than
Keith Moon,
continuing
isn't he?
in the monarchy.
I mean, he did kill his ex-wife. That's pretty rebellious.
I think it was Mum who made the call.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose he went with her plan. It's not rebellious at all.
I love that
that's going with the flow, isn't it?
Imagine if you were
Going
one of
with
the
the Royals.
119 other people who didn't have the cling film story that didn't make the headline. What of this? How boring is everyone else's story that
Yes,
cling film was the headline?
I'll tell you what, though, is a lot of rebels have been scared by cling film in the past. I know Che Guevara shat himself when he first saw tinfoil. You know, it's just known, isn't it?
Mate, the Zapatistas couldn't look at Tupperware.
Explaining how the royal reportedly had his first encounter with cling film, Bauer wrote, he walked into the dining room and shrieked. Fearing the worst, Camilla dashed in after him.
So he was married to Camilla. He was in his 80s at this point.
He's pretty old. He's pretty old. Camilla dashed in after him. What's this? Asked her husband, pointing at the food. It's cling film, darling, she replied.
I want to know what the shriek sounded like.
Because if she's running in, it's going to be loud.
I know, but like a man that posh and that inbred has to make the funniest shriek. It has to be absolutely ridiculous. It's got to be like a real girly posh squeal, hasn't it? A full-on like
The royal shriek of approval. It's
Tom and Jerry, the mother seeing a mouse standing on a stool.
What, are you suggesting that King Charles saw cling film and then adopted the voice of a black woman?
I believe so. Yes, that's what I
Camilla! Camilla! Get that cling film!
Like, if he didn't know what it was, what do you think he thought it was?
How panicked could you be by cling film? Did you think it was some sort of bio?
No, maybe he thought it was like an assassination attempt.
Is that Novichok?
yeah.
It's like, at some point, has there not been a buffet? I suppose every buffet he's ever been to is
a royal
fresh.
buffet beforehand. You know, the Queen and the Queen Mother was saying, you better get some cling film on that because on them fucking sandwiches.
The Queen's like, I'll make some sandwiches.
I'm such scum. That's the only buffet I can imagine. I still imagining little triangle sandwiches and like
fingers off them.
pineapples on sticks and like party rings.
A bowl of crisps.
Oh my God. It's so mental. That is the ultimate sign of privilege, that you've never seen leftovers in your entire life. Everything
right, yeah.
you've had is fresh. Everything is made then.
Also, what I would say is that if you get to 80 and the worst thing that anyone has about you is that you shriek when you saw cling film, I think you've lived a pretty fucking dull life.
I don't think it's the worst thing about him. It's just it's pretty funny. I think there's probably darker secrets in his fucking closet than the cling film bit. That I think this biographer was probably trying to paint a charming portrait of him and probably wasn't going too hard in the paint. So he called him a rebel prince because once he wrote a letter to the National Trust.
Yeah.
I wonder what else he's not seen. Because he's obviously never cooked a meal.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's ever seen a spatula? Like, why would he?
So,
I bet he's never used a pizza cutter.
Yeah.
so
What about a spatula? Sounds like a sort of word his father would have had for an ethnic minority.
We killed 1,700 spatulas in the war.
You know, we'd be like one of those spatulas. Probably a spatula to the wiring. That's why we had to use cling film.
sounds like a slur for a disabled person, doesn't it? Of course, when she gave birth, it was a bloody spatula,
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
had to scrape him off the operating table.
We couldn't even offer him Duke of York. I guess he was at the Duchy of Cornwall. That's what you get for being a fucking spatula.
So,
An inbred spatula.
so I
Horsey spatula.
I invited a middle-class comic round to my house once.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. And they were fascinated
By middle-class comic, though, I assume you mean landed gentry, because that's what middle-class comic means.
Well, you know.
Middle-class should mean you own a semi-detached, you know?
Yeah,
but
that's what I
in
said.
comedy, it means you're a fucking
Oh,
billionaire.
and the likes of Stephen Price. You know, what with me being a middle class man?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
go,
yeah.
"You
Like,
fucking
what's
up."
above you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is back in the days where I lived in that old woman's house when she died.
Yeah.
So
Yet another bleak
Now,
chapter
you
in his
obviously
existence.
Legally got the house offer. You didn't. This isn't
Squatters' rights, mate.
yeah. No, we had the spatula out to get rid of
the
her.
emergency services in.
Flipped her out the window.
Funeral directors, you can fuck off. That's a trick.
That's
£25 for body removal? You must be fucking mad.
But like, that's the thing about Freddy. Once he's in place, very difficult to shift.
So anyway, right, it was the same house where a light bulb went in my downstairs toilet and I shat in the dark for a year and a half. Anyway, so
Lovely.
yeah. It's impressive, isn't it? So, in the corner of the rooms, there was
fucking Morrissey lyrics or something like that.
in the corner of the rooms.
My light bulb went, so I shut in the dark. And heaven knows I'm a fat cunt now.
So in the top corners of all the rooms, there was like that little, you know, those little square boxes with a little red light in them.
Yeah, sensors.
For the burglar
sensors
alarm,
like
yeah.
movements for like burglars, and you have that thing next to your door, and
A
you're
burglar
fucking
alarm.
3-7. Yeah.
We all know what a burglar alarm is. Why are you
Well-
describing it in this level of detail?
The middle class comic didn't.
Right,
Oh, I see. Right.
Had
right.
no idea.
right.
Had never seen one of those before, and it baffled them. And
I thought it was like a Mission
couldn't-
Impossible
I
thing.
couldn't get my head around the fact that they hadn't seen something as ubiquitous as that.
Yeah.
Well, you thought they'd seen it on, I don't know, documentaries or dramas, or somebody else might have talked about them, or the places they visited. You know, like if you're here or something like that, and you go to the toilet,
Or in
you
their
might
own
have seen
house.
They're
Like,
not very
Just because they're
observant.
rich, like,
Yeah, but
you
they might
still have
live
a
in a...
burglar alarm.
Well, no, if you live in like a really like place where there's no fucking crime, or if you live on an estate that's up a giant driveway
I
and
think
you've got a
your-
shotgun in your house.
Your average opportunist thief doesn't travel a quarter of a mile up a drive to go to some
Exactly.
royal manor. He goes to a terraced house, doesn't he, and tries to jemmy the back door open. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly it. You just boot someone's shed door in and nick their tools. You're not going to the fucking abbey.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly. I think there may be a Renoir in here. Really? I've heard.
Yeah. So I think that's why they're just not worried.
But yeah, I just found it insane that these people, you know, they had no idea of the most basic fucking stuff.
Yeah, they don't because they don't have to do anything. They've never had to do anything. They've never their life is wildly different and they're very insulated.
I don't mind that he doesn't know.
Were they?
That's why none of them
Did
are
they
funny.
just pass it off, or were they? were they shocked? Did they just think, well, I've never heard of that?
A burglar? What's one of those?
No.
Is it like a spatula?
They're a mate of mine.
My cousin was one of those, a little bit too close in the bloodline.
They're a mate of mine, so they were just curious or something like that. But it just made me go, I can't believe that's not like, that's not a thing that everyone knows. So there must be loads of stuff that King Charles.
I bet King Charles has never run out of toothpaste.
Oh yeah,
He's never had that. He's never had that annoying thing of.
Never had to
I've got
roll it up and
Yeah,
squeeze it out. There's always a fresh one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how much he thinks toothpaste costs.
he would have literally no idea.
Yeah, you had no
Literally.
concept of money.
I've never really got into that whole you know how they try and catch out a Tory MP or
With
something.
you
Go,
on this.
he doesn't even know the price of a loaf of bread. But then normally, A, the Labour person doesn't, and then B, like there's a lot of different prices of loaves of bread. You get very small loaves of bread, and,
And I'd rather they were working than doing their own shopping. That sounds,
Absolutely,
you've got bigger fish to fry than nipping down Tesco Express.
and making a mental note of them just in case you get asked.
Yeah, know how
Warburton's.
much inflation is. No, you should understand, what the inflation on goods is and stuff
Absolutely,
like that. That's your job. But, if you don't know how much a pint I don't know how much a pint of milk
Yeah,
is. I just shove it in my fucking basket.
I know it's not really.
going-
I know I could buy it. I know it's not really expensive, so just buy it.
I know I'm not going to not get the milk.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go, 48p, go fuck yourself, Asda.
Well,
I want some milk.
Back in the day when they asked David Cameron, I would have had more respect for him when they says, do you know how much a price of Warburton's white loaf is? You can, do you think I'm buying Warburton's white fucking loaves, mate? Do you think I go to fucking Iceland, you prick?
I'd love
Do
it if
you
he
think-
goes, how much it goes to report. All right, do you know how much a Matisse costs? Yeah? Fuck off. We're doing different shit. How much did my yacht cost? Suck this.
I also think it's the same when they try and trick them into talking about stuff where they know that it'll piss them. Like for example, like they try and get them to comment on Israel-Palestine. And they're like, who's in the wrong?
I mean, that is a thing that politicians should comment on.
No, but I just prefer...
Israel are literally firebombing children in tents. They should maybe go, hey, lads, knock it off.
Hamas pulled some funny faces.
Hamas have done some pretty dodgy things, but, they're sticking around like burning kids. And I don't think it would be beyond care to go, hey, lads, could you wind it in a little? I don't think that's the biggest gotcha question on earth,
or when
to
they
ask
go-
about a major conflict that's
No, but, but I'd rather him go, give a fuck. Like, it's not... like, it's not happening here, is it? So
I think Israel are hoping for a bit more than that as well. I think you might be burning both bridges.
do you know
there.
when they're like, hey, Keir Starmer, should trans women use women's bathrooms? Yes or no? Tell me right now. I'd rather him just go, there's like 8 of them. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit.
But that is a
Have you
position.
seen the price
though.
of bread?
Like, yeah, I'm trying to sort out the NHS at
Yeah,
the
that
moment.
would definitely not annoy anyone
Yeah.
as well. That everyone would be totally chill with that if he
Yeah,
just
but-
went, yeah, do what you want.
do what you
Yeah, I've always thought that. I've thought, like, I think these problems will sort themselves out if we got the bigger things right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You know?
And, yeah, obviously everyone's angry because things are bleak and shit. Like, I think if you got rid of the bleakness and shitness, everyone would calm down a lot. That is very true. Like, when everyone's like happy and chill, you get much less bickering in it about the little stuff. Heal the world.
Is there any more in this article?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah.
This isn't the last of the bizarre revelations the author claims to make about our new
look
king.
forward.
Imagine for a moment if it was.
It's all
whole book.
The whole book.
Just about the
300
Cling film.
pages was about Cling film.
I wonder what brand of Cling film.
I'd rather read that. I would rather read 300 pages of them painstakingly building the tension to him finally encountering Cling film.
It's a whole list of things King Charles has never seen. It's just like a kid's alphabet book. And it's just like a salad spinner, a petrol pump. He's never seen a Star Bar.
He's never sharpened a pencil.
He's never had Monster Munch.
He's definitely never had one.
Like, there's no way King Charles has had pickled onion Monster Munch.
He
happened.
probably hasn't sharpened a pencil, has he?
No, he's not
No,
even.
every pencil is handed to him sharp.
Oh, imagine that power.
Yeah. What do you mean? What are you going to do with that power? Imagine you had only that power. that's the only power that being king bestows is
What
you can
would I do?
always have a sharp pencil handed to you.
I'd stab more people.
But only a little bit.
A little bit.
Lead poisoning.
Yeah, you'll feel my wrath in 5 to 10 years. That's how long it takes, isn't it?
I was joking. Lead poisoning is a joke that kids say because it's graphite, not
Is
lead.
it?
Innit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's graphite. Yeah.
Do you think it was actual lead in a pencil?
It
wasn't
wasn't a long,
yeah.
long time ago.
Well, yeah.
Like
that's where it came
Victorian
from.
times.
Yeah.
Slates and that.
Yeah. God, it must have been fun back then. Pencils are actual lead. Coke is actual Coke. Everyone was just fucked, wasn't it?
Yeah, but everyone worked in like workhouses from about 4 years old, didn't they?
Yeah, but if you're off your bollocks, who
Everyone
gives a
died
shit?
at 28.
You can
Yeah,
leave your
'cause
door
like
open,
Jimi
couldn't you?
Hendrix. You can leave your door open. Yeah.
Could you?
Could you?
Yeah, you
I think crime was pretty bad.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, the cavemen left their door open, didn't they?
Jesus couldn't. He had to roll a big rock over his.
Yeah, that's right.
For a couple of days.
What and kiss some?
Get someone nicked
Just
his
as an
shit.
opportunist thief coming in.
That's why I did it, yeah.
Hello, if you're watching this, it is because I am currently on tour. I am on tour October and November of this year, and I'm going to 20 different cities across the UK and Ireland with my brand new show, In Sickness. A lot of the venues have sold incredibly well. Some of them have even sold out, but there are still a few tickets left. And if you want to come and watch, if you want to come and support, big up the Army of the Dead, go and find us. Get tickets at freddyquinne.co.uk. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode, you big stupid cunt.
Oh, and if you don't, you're a fucking idiot.
And I tell you what, you
Yeah.
should sign up to the. I don't know what we're doing here. Are we
Patreon,
gaslighting
give us a
them?
Patreon. I don't care. Just shut
What
up,
is
you slags.
gaslighting? But I heard it works. Should we try gaslighting them?
You try gaslighting him. You're mental because you're not on Patreon. That's you said you wanted to be on Patreon, and you're being insane now because
Yeah.
you're not on it.
Your arse looks fat in those jeans because
Yeah.
you're not on Patreon.
Yeah, shut up, you slag. Gaslighting.
Patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. Extra episode every single week. It's £3 a month. You get a week's free trial.
Free.
There's-
That's so little money.
Exactly.
That's basically no money.
Even you can afford it, you poor
Yeah,
cunt.
you can, you fucking povo pricks. Even you, disgusting scum, can have even more of this podcast. And please do it, because it's the only reason that we feel confident enough to keep saying all the awful things we do. This is our only chance at a career. Please let us have it.
Austrian man amputates his penis with an axe after eating psilocybin psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah. Look, I'm a massive advocate for psychedelics. A, they're not for everyone, and B, be careful.
Yeah. If you're thinking about chopping off your dick, don't take them.
Yeah, it's not for you, yeah.
That's how I feel about axes. So when you mix the two.
Yeah. Don't mix... honestly, mixing drugs and axes rarely ends well.
My rule of taking drugs is, if
No
I'm taking
axes.
drugs, leave the axe on.
Minimum axes.
Yeah. Hardly any axes.
Barely any axes. Like, just minimum...
One for safety, obviously.
Sure,
One for
obviously.
in
One
case
for
someone with an axe
firewood.
comes.
Yeah, one for throwing.
Yeah.
One for penis chopping.
One for tricks.
One for tricks. No, that's not my penis chopping axe.
That's my trick axe.
That's my trick axe for doing tricks with.
Psilocybin has become increasingly popular in medical research for its potential therapeutic benefits, but an extreme case has highlighted the drug's potential dangers when used in uncontrolled settings. An Austrian man has amputated his penis with a blunt axe after consuming a large dose of psilocybin mushrooms.
Like,
magic. I'm just going to change that word to magic.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, when it says it's a large dose, it's like, yeah, no shit. You don't microdose then chop your cock off, do you? This guy's going through it.
Aye.
Doctors were mostly able to reattach the penis fragments after disinfecting and debriding them.
Ah, man.
What is debriding?
I don't know, but he stored it in a jar with soil and dirty snow, so fuck knows.
Yeah. How long do you think after? Because I reckon they probably did this under like general anaesthetic, right? So they put him under, and then he wakes up and they say, "We've chopped your penis off." How do you reckon his first thing was, "What a weird trip this still is"? How long would it take before you went, "Oh, this is real"?
I think pretty quickly, like mostly able to reattach the penis fragments is such a brutal collection of words.
Yeah.
Mostly fragments.
Penis.
Yeah. Those are the bits that you like, innit?
Yeah.
Because he's gay.
And then it's just all about the drugs, really, rather than the actual story.
Yeah, I don't know how much like they will know about this specific dude, but like this is a guy who is clearly already mental, doing way too much.
This is why I don't want to do fucking, like, all this shit. I don't want to fuck with God and that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want anything to do with it.
Fucking with him.
No,
He's not fucking with anyone.
Yeah.
You're just fucking, you're tempting fate. You're tempting your sanity.
Tempting fate.
You're tempting your sanity.
Like, you're not sane though.
I
Like,
am the most sane.
You're exactly who fucking needs it.
I'm the most sane.
It's not sane.
Out of who?
Everyone.
Worldwide.
Everyone I know.
Yeah. Which is a literally insane thing to say.
Yeah.
That is a criminally insane thought. To have.
Also, the only people that I know that know you are also quite insane as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you ask most people about me, they will say he is
Fat.
Gay.
Mong.
He's a mong. Big fat retard. Big fat gay retard.
I think they will.
Danger to women.
I think
Head like a cashew. Fat neck.
I think that they will say
Smelly. Stupid. Gonna die soon.
Insane.
Loves incest. Paedophile. Fat. Fat head. Small face on a big fat head. Fat gay mong. Stupid smelly fat gay mong.
Good friend.
I was going to go with charitable.
All right, yeah.
I was going to say my charity is well documented.
Yeah.
I wonder who the first person to rape was.
What do you mean, Freddie?
Like, there must have been one
I think the first time sex happened was probably that.
No.
I think consent was probably a
well, you're
later
talking
construct.
Adam and Eve.
Well, no, she was made out of his ribs. Well, according to Jewish people, maybe, I don't know, but like wasn't she made out of his ribs or something?
Yeah, I think that's what it meant to be like the Old Testament sort of Abrahamic thing.
Yeah. You'd be fuming if God made you a woman and then you made it so that she could say no. You'd be like, what the fuck is the point of this?
I can't say I'd been very hot if she was just made out of his ribs. I wouldn't fuck that, would you?
Sounds delicious, though.
Smothered in barbecue sauce. Freddie's perfect woman.
But I mean, like,
Shag her and put her on the barbecue.
when did it become illegal? Was it illegal in like, ancient Greece, do you reckon?
Well, like, paedophilia was... I reckon rape was probably always, like, illegal.
Look at him, he's doing it.
He's actually doing
He's doing it. The stabilisers have come off his bike.
When was rape made illegal?
1956.
What? What? No.
This is an addition to the law.
Was ancient Greece still around in 1956? The tail end of it, you know what I mean?
It was very late period ancient Greece. I preferred their earlier work, to be honest.
1956.
No, this is an addition to it. You're not reading the whole article.
No, I know, but
because there's a bit where.
But if 1956 was correct, that meant the suffragettes were fighting for the vote before they were fighting to not get raped.
Scroll up, Tom. Scroll up again. Like, attempted rape only became an offence in 1981. So in 1980, if you gave it a go and weren't successful, better luck next time.
Well,
Give it another go.
Well, I'm
lads.
hearing rumours that there's going to be a law coming out. Bloody Thatcher.
Do you reckon it was like?
This is what happens when you get a woman in.
God loves a trier.
Do you reckon it was like Brexit when loads of foreigners came over because they knew that Brexit was happening?
Oh, that's a
In
really-
1980, there was loads of guys who was like, well, if I don't
Might
do
as
it
well
now...
give it a go.
Yeah.
It's like a no-win, no-fee sort of situation. No harm, no foul when it comes to rapes in 1980.
I can't believe that in 1980 you could if you didn't successfully do
How
a
much of the attempt can you do?
I
What if you
could-
be like, well, I didn't come. Like, how much counts
And
as
also,
an attempt?
how far do you go if you're on the moors or something and you go, oh, look, love, I fucking give up. Yeah, and you go, I'm all right. Fine.
Well, I'm not chasing that.
Rape within marriage was only recognised as a crime in the 1990s in the
Yes.
UK.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
And there's still like loads of countries where it's not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the idea was like that was your property and therefore yours to do with what you want. That was genuinely it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a better time.
It's hence the surnames and everything, isn't it? You're
Yeah,
getting
exactly. Yeah,
Taylor
you
Swift's
owned
surname,
women. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. I do like. I'm look. Obviously, a bit of a fun sexist laugh there, but I am very jealous of like my granddad's generation. He's never said thank you for a cup of tea in his entire fucking life.
He's never said thank you for sex either.
Do you say thank you afterwards?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever thanked anyone afterwards. By the way, thank you for that. I really needed that.
I think when you look like Freddy, you're going
Yeah, you've got to thank someone.
that's very
Thank you for
gentlemanly.
lowering yourself to this.
No, that's the only time when saying thank you is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said thank you.
Imagine if you-
especially if you emailed them a couple of weeks later saying, well, I didn't get the chance to thank you, and here I'm doing this now. And it's really rude of me, and I apologise for that as
I
well.
hope this email finds you well. I've maybe thanked someone for a blowy. Because that's more of a selfless act.
Yeah.
But I don't think for sex, I was hoping that, like it was a reciprocal arrangement.
If you came and then went, thank you,
It's the most pathetic.
that's horrible. That's
Yeah.
absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know.
that would like be such an instant ick for women. I assume that'd be like their
Yeah.
post nut clarity.
They would rather you go, eat it. They'd
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
you
much
go,
rather, yeah.
fucking eat, rub it in your tits now. They'd rather you do that than go, thank you.
I'd rather you didn't do any of these things. I'd rather we moved on from what you might say after coming. Because I assume most of the time nowadays it's just, where's my apnea mask?
So did we not find out when rape became illegal?
It's very, very complicated, apparently. It's how you define rape and how you define the laws and stuff. It's very, very complicated.
Do we have a rough?
No.
Don't say rough when you're talking about rape. Do you have
We have a rough estimate. But I swear that's what she wanted.
She wanted a rough estimate.
Well, yeah, that's still like a defence that happens all the time when like women like report sex crimes, and then the fella's just like, no, it was rough sex. And then also like people who die, like loads of like women who died, there was like a rough sex defence as it keeps happening.
Really?
Yeah, well they go, it was just rough sex that got out of hand, and it's like. That's very out of hand. It's very far out of hand. You've got to, avocado out a few times before they're dead, surely.
Avocado out?
Yeah, safe wording, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that was,
I thought it was just you and your middle-class girlfriend.
That's what we call it now. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some blokes you've played football with who've got a very bad first touch, but they think they've got a touch like velvet, and you go, mate, this is awful. And you go, no, it's fucking... just see what the problem is, and it's probably the same thing. You go, mate, look, that's terrible. You don't do that to women. I mean, I don't mix with these fellas, but I'm aware of that.
Played
they're
snooker
about.
with a few, I imagine.
Yeah, probably played snooker with a few over the years. Yeah, but
No, does it tell us anything else that he's not seen?
About Prince Charles, his alleged behaviours include working until midnight and changing.
Oh, what a rebel! Like they're really sticking it to him, aren't they? He's a workaholic.
I mean, what they don't tell you is that he started at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and changing his clothes up to 4 times a day.
What is he doing?
That's too
shitting himself.
Yeah, it's just constantly dribbling shit. It's like a mouse, you know how they're always leaking piss.
Yeah.
That's like what a fucking Mariah Carey level schedule. But again, that's because
imagine
he
if he
doesn't
had
have to wash his clothes.
Imagine if he had Mariah Carey's wardrobe.
Right, there must be like AI tools must be good enough to we can put him into the "All I Want for Christmas Is You" video.
Bauer, who has also written unauthorised biographies for the likes of Tony Blair and Richard Branson, claimed Charles is obsessed with public opinion and that one time he hurled a dinner plate to the floor at a dinner party after learning about his low popularity rating.
Yeah, they were only low in Greece, so he was trying to curry some favour.
Maybe that's when he noticed he hurled the dinner plate at the floor, but no dinner flew out. And there you have
What
it.
sorcery is this?
It's just cling film, darling. What?
Bauer also claims Charles was
Just
concerned.
before you go any further, I just want to say that if I found out that somebody was writing a biography about me, an unauthorised biography, I would fucking shit myself.
This wouldn't happen to you, though. You've clearly seen cling film a lot of times in your life. As you peel it back,
but I
stuff
just
your
mean
face into sausages.
imagine somebody whose job it is to forensically go through every single bit about your life and make the most salacious fucking book about it.
This will be the exact opposite, though. This will just be a ring piece kissing book that's just like, oh, he's brilliant.
I've read a biography, an unauthorised biography of Billy Connolly, picked it up cheap, and it was just sort of what you'd expect. It was his career. It wasn't like they were trying to trip him up and find things about him. It was just the things that you've found out about the bloke anyway.
They're just trying
So
to
I
make
don't
a
think- I don't
sale.
think
Like,
you're
you
gonna-
know, they're just trying to just
I don't think they're
sell
going
a
to
few
go,
books.
we'll go out our way to do, what's it called? DYCB, to develop your creative practice or something. You go and interview people and find out about your past. And
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to school with. They wouldn't bother their arse.
Sometimes they do, though. Like, that was how the David Cameron Fucked a Pig came out, was someone writing an unauthorised biography. And, like, basically, they got it from such a dodgy source and just went, that's funny, fuck it, I'm printing it. And, like, thank God they did. Like, fair play. Print the legend, innit?
It may
Like,
not be true, but
it sounds right. Just like that's when things stick to people, is when they sound right. It's like that guy in America, J.D. Vance. There's a whole thing that he fucked a sofa, and because he looks like a dude who would fuck a sofa, it's really stuck. Like David Cameron seems like he would fuck a pig. Freddie seems like he would fuck a child. These things stick.
Freddie
well,
was
they're
a pig.
things that aren't true, aren't they? The Mark
David
Armand
Cameron put his
thing,
mouth in,
you know?
put his
What?
dick in Freddie's mouth.
Mark Armand from Soft Cell. There's that
Yeah.
story that he got everybody in the audience to spunk in a glass and he drank it, but it's allegedly just nonsense. Didn't
Yeah,
happen.
like how many people
No.
can like wank to completion at a soft sell gig? Seems like a big ask. Did they like pass the pint glass round and one by one go to the toilet? Is this? I don't know. I'm trying to understand the logistics of all coming in a pint glass.
I would give everyone a pint glass.
Yeah.
And they all come in it, and then you mix it all together in one.
And also
That's
in
solid,
the
that's solid.
theatre,
No.
you're only allowed plastic glasses anyway.
What you want,
You don't want to throw that at the stage.
what you want is you want hundreds of funnels all connecting to one glass. And then they all dribble down. And you can
you'd
see
lose,
it.
You'd
You
lose
can-
so much cum on the walls of that. It's such a viscous liquid. You need to get it.
Yeah.
That's why your
That would be
thing
weird
is a
getting
problem
them
as well. You
things-
just coat the glass. You need to go straight into the vessel.
No, but I like the visual of it just filling more and
I know
more
you would
and
like that visual.
I like the
'cause
visual
love
of you
cum,
being
'cause you're
handed it at
gay.
the beginning of the concert as you walk in. What's this? You'll find out.
Everyone gets a little shot glass.
Yeah, you need to tell everyone beforehand.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah.
if you come in, you get free entry if you've provided some cum.
Yeah. Please don't have a wank before you come. Save it up for a day or two if you can.
So let's say you were watching Soft Cell.
Yeah.
There's I don't know what did Soft Cell sing?
Tainted Love was
Yeah,
the
that's the
big
big
hit. Yeah.
So how many audiences do you
Just
get?
a
What, like,
cover.
audience of like
Cover as
200 or
well.
something like that? 300?
Oh, no, they would've been
At their
bigger.
height, they were
the
very
height,
popular.
they were big at the time. Yeah.
All right, okay. So
Freddie can't imagine
let's
an
say you're
audience
watching
bigger
it-
than that.
Let's say you're watching it now, and there's 300 people in the audience. right?
He's sticking with his 300. isn't he?
300. There'll be several thousand.
And for everyone, they say for everyone, and it's all legal, it's all, like above board. For everyone,
Yeah, don't worry, it's not dodgy. This coming in a pint glass.
for everyone,
It's all
It's all
above
legal.
board.
We've got a permit.
Check the Rape Act. You can do it.
We've written to the look. It's 1980. We're fine for another 6 months.
you go, for everyone that drinks a shot of cum, and it can't be your cum, it's somebody else's cum. For everyone that drinks
This isn't the bit that he was doing.
for everyone that drinks a shot of cum, one of you will win £1 million by random.
Yeah, but it's the
Would-
80s.
would
Like,
you drink
People were
it?
terrified of drinking cum.
Yeah, no, but £1 million would be more.
Sorry.
That's very true.
Sorry. So your question is...
Imagine how many sold off council houses you could have bought with that.
So your question is, would I drink a shot of cum for a 1 in 300 chance?
No, because not all 300 are doing it.
Right, because some people are not going to take the chance.
Some people are bringing their kids.
Some people are women.
I didn't even think of that. I thought the kids first. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
I like the idea that they're wanking their kid off. Like, no,
We've
it's
got
your
more
future.
chance. We've got a 2 in 300 chance.
Come on.
Drink your cum, kids.
Do you reckon if I spit in it, I could say that's me kids? I reckon you'd pass that off.
No, I don't think I would. I wouldn't. I don't think there's any situation in which I would believe I would get £1 million.
No, it's all you do believe.
Why?
Because it's written
This
into...
feels like a Nigerian prince.
It's
It's in the terms and conditions.
It's in the terms and conditions. It's written in the contract.
Who's stumping up this £1 million? I mean, that's going to put them out of pocket.
They're
on the
only
tour.
selling 300 tickets for a start. Where have they got £1 million
And in
quid
them
from?
days, it was only a quid. It's only got 300 quid from the gig.
It's an Arts Council grant.
Oh, all right, fair
They've
enough.
got £1 million Arts Council grant
Yeah.
to make people drink shots of cum.
Yes.
To be fair, that is the sort of stuff they fund. innit?
Yeah,
I know. Well, no wonder the British film industry was on its arse at that point. No wonder they were complaining that there was no money for Chariots of Fire because they'd spent it all on...
No money for Chariots of Fire, but there's plenty for shot glasses of cum.
Which would have been a better film.
I'd watch that. If you saw that on a marquee outside a cinema, I'm going...
Eric Liddell refusing to drink his cum on a Sunday.
That's the joke.
Such a niche reference, that.
It is, yeah,
Such a niche reference.
I'm not gobbling cum on the Sabbath.
Does your arrogance extend that far, Liddell?
What?
Sorry. Have you ever seen Chariots of Fire?
No, I'm just writing the
Chariots of Fire is about
I know the bit where they run and like the music. I got all that. Yeah.
No, but it's specifically about
It's all right.
a
People
Christian
who've seen,
marathon
people,
runner.
people who've seen it will enjoy the joke.
okay,
You know, like, and that can just be for them, and that's fine.
Okay.
Do you reckon do you reckon King Charles has ever seen a 3-bar fire?
Maybe he visited somebody once. Maybe, but
maybe.
he's definitely never turned one on.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you reckon he's ever used a kettle?
I don't think there's many things that he's actually turned on.
I think he's
Not his bloody missus.
Yes, I've got the glasses.
Not Diana's life support.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon he's?
We'll get that off. That's
Do you reckon?
convenient.
Do you reckon he's turned on less than 1,000 things? More or less than 1,000 things in his life.
I reckon he's like an Orthodox Jew on a Saturday. I think he's touching nothing. I don't think he's ever pressed a button.
He must
I reckon he's
turn
got
it- he
someone else to do Camilla's clit.
Yes,
He must like change the
footman.
channel on the telly.
He's never
That's not
changed
turning something on.
Yeah, but you turn the telly on.
No, I reckon he.
No,
had-
but the TV's already on.
His telly's always on.
No, there's a
but
man
the
stood there who
switch.
holds the remote, and he just goes he's basically has a human Alexa, isn't he? He's always had a human Alexa. He just goes. I assume also he's probably not watching a range of channels. Like he's probably got the one.
No, he doesn't surf, does he?
No, he listens to Radio 3, I bet, just the classical stuff, and then BBC 1, just to see the news. To see
There'd be the news. You'd be a big, and just the 9 o'clock news. You wouldn't be in 24 hour news.
God,
It'd
no,
just be the.
yeah.
And then he just hunts, really. As well.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he watches sports?
Do you reckon he watches this?
Yes, I think he's a £1 patron.
Tight bastard.
Do you know?
He's definitely. I don't think he's ever like. Do you reckon he's ever downloaded an app?
No way. No chance.
It's so interesting trying to work out what he's done or not.
You know what he's never done? He's never done an autofill of his card on Google Pay.
Yeah.
He's not put that
Oh,
in.
I'll tell you what.
Someone's put that in for
King
him.
Charles has never done a capture.
He's never clicked a fucking traffic light ever.
He's never gone, which of these are bridges? He's
He's like, excuse me, will someone click whichever one of these is a bus?
He's never.
a bus. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he's never ridden a bus.
He's never in a bus. Yeah. I
He
bet- I
probably
bet he
asked
has
for a photo op.
op,
For a photo op.
Yeah,
but he's-
yeah, there's a
He's
lot
never
of
for
that goes on.
transport, obviously, but that feels like a big obvious one. What's like a little thing that he's never done?
Oh,
I bet he's never used a corkscrew.
How about
But he's never been to Clark's.
He's never put his foot in one of those little slidey machines. They've got a perfect cast of his foot.
how about this? I would be almost certain that he's never used rollerblades.
Well, yeah.
I think that goes for most
obviously.
old men.
Yeah. He's a fucking 80-year-old man. Because he's not in a fucking tampon advert. Fuck do you mean?
I think he
I've
has,
got
though.
one. I don't think he's ever ridden a fucking unicycle. I don't think he's ever broken the land speed record. I don't think
On
he's
a
ever
unicycle?
parachuted.
Are you breaking the land speed record on a unicycle, you mad cunt?
Yeah. I meant in a different vehicle, didn't I?
Did you?
I did.
Funny. Anyway, the reason that I was asking is because I was going to segue onto something else, but this has been quite funny.
Yeah. Good story, though, wasn't it? Funny.
It was a good
Oh,
story,
yeah,
well done.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
I was going to ask. Now I know that you're not really, but I think that you are, Gav. You're a boxing fan, aren't you?
Yeah, not hugely. I mean, just passing interest, but not massively.
Yeah, like I'll watch it if it's on. I don't really know anything about it, you know.
Yeah, big fights. So much.
Yeah, like proper, like the most plastic you could be. Like if there's a massive fight, I'll watch that. I watch like Mayweather Pacquiao and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you? I used to be massively into it. I'm not as much into it anymore. But there was one of the things that I'm not liking about
Since
it anymore.
Butterbean retired, he's not really interested anymore.
Since what?
Butterbean retired.
Yeah.
Because you're fat. Like Butterbean.
Well, part of it
who
is
is also fat.
Part of it is the fact that the sport's been kind of corrupted by Saudi Arabia now, and all that money has just taken over, which probably would ruin the sport in many.
Is it? Are they not just put loads of money into it because they haven't made Saudi Arabian boxers win?
Oh, it's
things.
weird hearing a Geordie defend the Saudis, isn't it? This is a new experience for me.
Does it show?
You've got some very positive opinions about the kingdom over there. It's like, maybe those gay guys deserve pushing off a building. I don't know. How do you know he didn't cut himself up and put himself in bin bags?
Somebody's put that point across, have they?
So, are any of you aware of a boxer called Ben Whittaker?
No.
No.
So Ben Whittaker is a boxer. Don't click on it just yet, but all right, whatever. Just try.
Oh
and-
yeah, why get it uploaded? Why load it in advance?
So the boxer Ben Whittaker he's a new sort of up and coming British boxer.
I love how
and-
serious Tom is.
His style is he's been compared to sort of like Prince Nassim.
Right.
It's no.
What weight does he fight at?
I believe it's lightweight.
All right, so he's yeah.
So-
like Prince Nassim.
Yeah.
Like,
Two
But
pints
so
and he's
he does
done.
the whole, they call it drunk boxing thing, and the whole thing is that it's a style that's very easy on the eye because it's weird and it's actually quite difficult for opponents to figure out. And Ben Whittaker's been slowly fucking rising the ranks quicker than probably what his talent allows because his style is insane. Anyway, right. This weekend,
yeah, it's a bit like how punters like the Grand National, but proper racing fans aren't fans of that.
yeah.
It's more for people going, I like him, he's swinging wildly. This is exciting, isn't it?
This is it. He's got mad footwork, and he just sort of humiliates absolute dog
It's
shit
just fun.
fighters.
It's fun watching fun fighters.
Now, on Saturday, he was 1-25 on to beat this guy, right? And he was getting his fucking arse kicked, and then he pulls this shit. Have a watch of this. It's fucking wild.
Which one's he?
So Whittaker's not him.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I know
The
who
one
it
who's
is now.
ducking down currently.
Is that Phil Jupitus in the crowd there?
Looks like Ro Campbell.
He's got a hit.
That's an incredibly niche reference. Love Ro. Anyway. All right, so he goes this.
So they're fighting,
They're fighting. Yeah, that's boxing.
and Whittaker, who's the one with the tattoo on his back, isn't doing his usual drunk boxing thing.
And is this where are we in the fight? Is there 7 rounds in?
I think we're about 6 rounds in.
Right.
Watch this shit. Whittaker's getting his arse kicked, by the way.
Mhm. Oh.
He's gone for the Royal Rumble finisher.
Pause it. So, what they believe has happened is Whittaker has grabbed hold of him, forced him to the ropes, forced them both over the ropes, and then his corner told Whittaker to stay down and fake that you're injured.
Yeah.
Yes.
Match,
Solid move.
Yeah.
match cancelled.
Great work.
Really? Oh, well,
Good
that was,
bit of
that was an
shithousery.
interesting twist because I thought you were going to say he turned it around and he beat him.
No, match cancelled. So, also as well, because of the way boxing is at the moment, and it is on its fucking arse, right? He's not required to release any like injury, sort of like a doctor's note or anything like that. She goes, my foot was injured. Wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Match cancelled.
He could just say he's a bloody woman as well, can't he? Just identifies as injured.
Honestly, do you not think that's pulling that shit is fucking wild?
It's really funny. It's like it goes for the full-on, like, that is how people get eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like you got to go over the top rope and both of your feet hit the ground.
It's fucking madness,
But then
man.
I can remember back in the 80s, sometimes I can remember a specific fight, but I can't remember who it was. Somebody by accident got hit in the eye by the other one's head. It was an accident, but he was winning and the fight had to stop because he was bleeding from the eye and he had him all over. And these things happen, don't they, in boxing?
Yeah.
It's not, you
But,
know,
like, I love cheating.
can be null and void as a result.
I genuinely love cheating. I think like the more over the top and outrageous it is, if you get away with it, it's fucking amazing. Like art is getting away with it, you know. Like if you've got to get away with cheating for it to be good, if you get called on it, you've ruined it. But like cheating's brilliant. Some of the greatest moments in sport are like wild cheating. It's one of the reasons I don't like VAR. Like cheating's funny.
Yeah,
And,
diving's
like,
great.
Yeah.
Diving's great when it's pulled off. When your team dives, it's brilliant. You love it so much. Like it's better.
When I used to play football, my favourite thing to do, I'd dive, win a free kick, and then the other player would be like really angry or whatever. As soon as the referee's out of earshot, I go, I dove there. And then they'd be so wound up, the next time they would foul me again, they'd definitely get booked.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was a
Did
great
you
trick.
say I dove?
I dove. Yeah, that was awful.
I didn't want to pick up on that.
I
Is
dove.
dove not a word?
I dived, I think.
I thought dove was a
Dove.
I
Not a word.
Dove. I dove.
That's the past
That's
tense.
why they were so angry.
I
They're just like,
dove.
that's not grammatically correct.
Did you just dive? Oh, I dove.
I dove.
I
I
dove.
don't think dove is a word, is it not?
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it in that situation.
I like, yeah, you sound like a cunt.
You'd imagine if a bird was flying into maybe a river to get like a fish, you say it dove, like in the past tense or something.
Maybe.
But
Well, that's the same
Maybe.
thing.
yeah, but with football, it's dive.
Is anybody drinking a Dove bar?
Mate, when you're watching football and everyone's like, "Oh, he dived," did you go, "Oh, he dove"?
I've heard other people say that.
No,
You've heard stupid mank twat say it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
that's the most middle class shit I've
it's fucking
ever heard.
ridiculous.
He
You see, I
dove.
fouled and I fooled.
Why is it middle
I
class?
fooled.
It's either
I
right or
fooled
it's
him.
wrong.
I fooled him.
Just calling it dove.
Yeah, it's pathetic. But to my point, I think
You doving bastard.
I think cheating's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, that is really funny that he got out of it like that. I like that a lot. Good cheating,
Yeah, good cheating.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheating's sick.
Yeah, no, I just think boxing now is fucking ridiculous. It's on its arse.
Yeah.
It's massively on its fucking arse.
Is it on its arse because of all this MMA stuff and everything? Is that
Big
what
part
it
of
is?
it. A lot of like a lot of people who would
There's-
be boxing fans are now MMA
There's
fans.
loads of different reasons. MMA is one of them, and it's a big reason.
What's the other ones? Then? I'm interested to know.
4 belts.
Yeah, so
Oh,
there's
yeah,
so
but
many
that's
champions.
been a problem for 40 years, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
that-
getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
looks ridiculous when there is clearly one UFC champion who is clearly the best MMA fighter. But like that's being challenged. and stuff as well in MMA,
Another
but, you know.
problem as well is the obsession with keeping an O. Like
Yes,
so
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
there's a real
having
thing.
having an undefeated record.
It's almost like in boxing, they're so out of ideas to promote a fight that the way that they do it is they do it by this is an undefeated fighter. That's pretty much the only move they've got left. Do you know what I mean?
And so they fight just 19 like elderly people from the retirement home, so they've got a 19-0 record. And this it's just like
But
been
it
get
also
protected
means
for ages. They never
Right,
make
that's
the
the point.
fights that are dangerous, that are interesting.
They used to do somebody's always got to go, and it'd be 2 undefeated fighters against each other, and that was mildly
rhyme.
interesting. But nowadays they don't even do that because everybody knows that all the top fighters just want to kind of avoid each other. They're not really asked about. Because if you're somebody like Anthony Joshua, for example, who's a great example, right? He knows full fucking well that there are several heavyweights that are much better than him. It's not in his interest to go and fight him because he'll get his ass kicked. So
or his managers or
Yeah,
exactly.
the
And they
people
get to
that-
choose. Whereas, like, you know, for all its massive faults, in the UFC, they go, nah, you're fighting him. And then they have the sick fight.
this is it. It needs to have the choice taken out of it, basically. Because the thing with somebody like Anthony Joshua, what he's going to do is he knows that if he fights Tyson Fury, he will lose. But he also knows that he kind of has to fight him at some point. So why not fight him when it's at the time where you will both make the most amount of money? And that's all that it's geared around is what's the specific time where, for me, I lost touch with boxing when it was Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and they were both like fucking, they were primed to fight for years, and it didn't happen until Pacquiao was too old, and by then it was just like,
Yeah, it was shit. That it was really boring.
Yeah, it was dog shit. It's just they need to be forced. They need to actually be forced to go.
Yeah.
You're fighting.
And
you."
I think they shouldn't be paid either. I think they should be kept in cages. Like, don't even feed them. Just wave stakes in front of them so they're angry. And I think
I've
shoot them
always
full of
thought it-
steroids and kick them out.
I think it's a great sport in its own. The actual sport itself is great. I've never liked. I've never. I might sound very boring and conservative here. I've never liked them dressing up as they go into the ring and having their own music and things like that. I think it's all a bit silly.
Would you
think
rather
it's
silence?
Yeah, just the stern war.
Yeah.
That's more intimidating.
That's to me. That's like this is what's as you say. You're intimidated to go to Italy. And
It's very
fight
much the
Italian
Undertaker
regime.
of boxing, Gav. Just wants one bell ring
But
and
all
then
the
he's out.
nonsense with it, all the dancing around with like a cape on and all that, and you go,
Oh, I think
this
that's
is why I
fun.
thought it was better than the wrestling, because you think, well, this is real.
I want a bit of razzmatazz.
Really, I'm not a fan.
I
I'm not a
totally
fan.
disagree. I think it's really funny that they just got they do like a little play on their way to their big fight. I think it's really cute and adorable that they'll often do like a musical number.
Well-
They'll have backing dancers and a fancy costume, and I think it's just fabulous.
I'll tell you what
Before they
else-
strip down and hug each other.
I'll tell you what else has killed boxing as well. YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now,
they're the only thing keeping it fucking going.
yeah, but they've also kind of just killed they've brought it into a new era that's killed sort of like the respect or the cachet that boxing had. Now
Yeah.
it's kind of boxing used to be whoever's the heavyweight champion is the hardest man on the planet.
Yeah,
right?
but now everyone
Nowadays,
knows that like the boxing champion would just get taken down by the MMA champion and his head kicked in.
and that's kind of what it is, isn't it?
Aye, but it's a different thing.
Yeah,
though, isn't
totally,
it?
it's a different skill.
Yeah.
But you've lost that thing of being the hardest man in the world. Like it's an
That's
incredibly.
that's how you market boxing to idiots. You go, who's the hardest? Who's the hardest one? And they go, I think Tyson Fury is hardest
Yeah,
one.
but when I was a kid, you get some idiot going, "No, I saw the world's strongest man," and and he'd
win.
He'd win because he'd force him against the wall and just lean on him, and things like that. And you end up, you've suddenly found yourself dropping your gear and talking to fucking idiots now, and you go, "I blame myself."
But now, if anyone wanted to suggest that just in a normal fight, Usyk could batter whoever the fucking heavyweight champion of UFC is.
Well, like it's currently John Jones, but it should be Francis Ngannou, who got his head kicked in a boxing match against Joshua. But if they have a fight, it's not going to be the same thing, is it?
Yeah, exactly this. So it's like you lose that who's the hardest kind of thing.
And he just loves hard men.
He just loves
Freddie
hard
just
men.
loves hard men, and when it stopped being about hard men, he was out.
Are we doing a
And then
second?
back in again, and then out again, and then back in, and then he jizzed because he's gay.
Darts is the best sport anyway.
No, it isn't.
It's so
Shut
good,
up.
darts.
But
Do you know what's better?
darts is quite similar to boxing. It's all that stuff where they come on and they've all got their nicknames and their
Yeah, but it's even more low rent, so it's really funny.
The nicknames
like-
are
Yeah, but
shit.
like darts knows what it is, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Really?
yeah, yeah. It's very self-aware,
Yeah,
darts,
it's
yeah.
like the crossroads of like
Yeah.
it's
No one's like, shh, we're playing darts. You know?
I like that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
prefer that.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you had,
It's a
have
bit
some
of fun.
respect, please.
Yeah, yeah.
God's sake.
And all the women are lesbians that look like men.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
My first ever darts match from my pub team, I got beaten by a woman whose nickname was The Hammer. Yeah, she fucking smashed me. Fair play.
Have you seen that new sport, night MMA? And it's like people dressed up as medieval knights.
It's been around for a while, this, yeah.
I thought you meant
at night.
in the pitch black.
Pitch black, you just got to go and turn all the
You
lights
just
off.
got to swing wildly and go, where is he? Where
Both
the fuck?"
hitting each other with
You-
pillows.
You
It's not
got,
really a spectator
you
sport.
got like night vision goggles. Yeah,
Every fight looks like one night in Paris.
I mean, have a look. Google it.
I've seen some of this. There's been
Have you
popping
seen
back
it,
up.
Gav?
No,
It's been
no.
around for a few years. It keeps coming back. So they wear medieval armour and hit each other with blunt axes.
It is. It's wild. It's
Yeah. But yeah, like it's like nerds' version of MMA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so got little shields and swords.
I mean, obviously armour.
Obviously, yeah, they're wearing armour.
But look at that.
Bosh, but they're getting they get really bad concussions because they just get whacked on the top of the heads.
Of course, yeah. The vibration of that.
Yeah,
is
mush.
Horrendous.
They're just getting mushed. There we go. Right, where's this knockout? It's funny that they put them in an octagon for this. There we go.
It's
The takedown.
there doesn't really seem to be like tactics other than just twat each
Well,
other.
I don't imagine there's that much like competition
Well,
to
it's in
hone their skills.
He's just driving the
Oh,
fucking.
fucking hell!
It's in its early,
Stop
it's in
that,
its early
ref.
days, though, isn't it? There's no
That
like,
ref! And look how long it took him to wander over. The guy stopped fighting before the referee stopped it. He's like, I've mushed his head enough here. That is mental.
And then the ref confirms.
The referee's like, oh, yeah, probably you should stop slamming that shield into his head 7 times.
And actually, while we're on, can we get an ambulance?
Well, if you look where it is as well, it's the most remote place ever.
Yeah.
I think it's a medieval festival.
Yeah, it
M1
will
medieval.
be. And like they're both making like £100 each for this as well, for serious brain damage for the rest of their life.
Probably a bit of travelling expenses as well.
Yeah, but how much does the armour cost? They're down several $1,000s on this experience.
The travel expenses can't be that much if they're going by horse.
That's an incredibly inefficient way to travel, Tom. I reckon that would cost a lot more.
If there's no fuel.
Idiot. Hay, you got to buy hay. And you got to store it places.
You were saying, hey, you could have another point. Like, hey, it is very
There
expensive.
is the hay. Stop it.
Do you reckon there's loads of them that got there on horse and then they've got a concussion and they just don't know where they live now?
They just have to whip the horse and hope.
They're just nomadically roaming the lands, trying to remember where the fuck their families are.
Yeah,
These people don't have families. These fucking virgins. Oh,
Speaking of virgins.
yeah.
What?
Don't know. There's probably a virgin that's written in. We're going to do a feecture. It's called Cunt of the Week.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a great feature, Gav.
Gav, do you like features in stuff that don't work? Because we're about to do one.
Well, I've got no choice now, have
You
I?
really don't.
Yeah.
We don't have any choice.
But I have an idea what it'll be.
Spin the wheel there. Oh, it's Lab Baby.
Lab
It's
Baby.
It's Lab Baby.
So the feature is I'm going to tell you 3 stories that have been written in by our fans and weirdos, and we're going to decide which of them is the Cunt of the Week.
Why did you say fans and weirdos like that was 2 separate groups of people?
Don't know.
Right.
Okay, the first one is called Big Logger. A guy I used to work with has been seeing a woman for a couple of months, and they decided it was time to meet her parents and went round for a family dinner. He was welcomed by not just her parents, but the entire family, including grandparents and the new in-laws, 2 large Alsatians. They were about to sit down for dinner when he noticed his stomach turn over, so he decided to go upstairs to discreetly use the toilet. He said it was the biggest logger he'd ever had.
Where's this guy from? Where's logger a word for a shit?
Yeah.
I've never heard
It's a bit like Dove.
It's just a log, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all know what he means, though.
Yeah, turd, yeah.
big
He's gone
poo.
to the toilet. That was the context I
And
needed.
he's had a big old poo.
He's done a big poo, yeah.
Done a big poo. He went to flush and hide all of the brown evidence.
The
but
brown evidence. What fucking words for... What
Why
toddler is
are
this?
you writing this like it's an SEO article?
It's like you've asked AI to reword something so you can cheat in a test.
Like it doesn't come to the top of our inbox because you've optimized
Have you ran this
it.
through Google Translate into another language, then back?
He went to flush and hide all of the brown evidence, but the flush wouldn't work. He panicked and decided to scoop out the large loggers and throw them out the window onto the lawn below, thinking that the dogs would be blamed for the mess. He washed his hands, thinking he got away with it, made his way downstairs, but didn't realise that the dining room was in the conservatory below the bathroom window. He came downstairs to see everyone staring at the large poo slowly sliding down the roof above where they were eating. He abruptly got his coat and left, never to hear from the girl again. Is he the cunt, or is she for not giving him the benefit of doubt of him having a nervous poo?
Now, what I would say about this story is that, like, maybe is this the guy who wrote this on the internet in like the early noughties? This is an urban legend that has been around for fucking ever. This
Oh, really?
one. Yes. So, Cunt of the Week number 1 is Tom for once again not vetting the people. in
What do you mean?
prison.
I'm not going to ring him up and like get evidence, am I?
This is obviously bollocks. This did not happen.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't
no,
think
but
it- yes.
they've left out a bit where the mum goes outside and slips on the poo,
Oh yeah.
and then she falls over, and then the poo goes in her face.
Oh my god, she got poo all over
Oh,
her face.
she gets septicemia.
She got septicemia on her face because she was all covered in poo.
Yeah.
And then a Swedish volleyball team came round and then they sucked him off all one by one. And he was like, they didn't even care about all the poo in his bum.
You absolute idiot.
I've never heard that story
This
before.
is obviously not true. There's no way. If you're going to throw a turd out the window, you look down.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
But also as well, if you're going to throw a turd
Also-
out the window and it's the biggest logger ever, you can throw it past a conservatory.
Also, why wouldn't you just go downstairs and go, sorry, your toilet isn't working?
Why don't you-
maybe call the
Also, there's a
plumber.
wash basin.
Your
in the
toilet isn't
Why
working.
don't you got it in your hand anyway,
Yeah.
put it in the wash basin, dilute it all out, and
Yeah.
then wash your hands.
Stamp it down the shower. You know, there's loads of different better methods. This is
Leave
the
it.
Leave it in the toilet,
Leave
run
it in
off.
the toilet. The toilet is the best place for a big shit. You know,
Absolutely.
Why
If ever there was a place.
why are you moving it from its intended home?
The toilet is the best place for a big shit.
Yeah, I'm not wrong, am I?
You
I'm
are
not
wrong.
I'm not wrong. There is no reason.
That's almost like a euphemism saying.
Yeah.
You know, like if people, where we put the car in the garage, look, as I always say, the toilet is the best place
for a big shit. When in Rome. Like, I think in the original version of this story, it was a woman who was embarrassed on a date. She was embarrassed that she'd done a big poo. Whereas, like, you know, any reasonable family of a woman you were dating would see that as a sign of your male virility, that you did such a large bear shit in their toilet. They would be delighted for you to pump their daughter after seeing such a large and healthy turd in their toilit. They'd be like, "My, did you do that 8-inch logger? You must be quite the man.
You
are the
obviously
alpha
enjoyed
now."
the dinner.
Welcome to the family, son. You can carve this turkey."
Have my seat. You sit at the head of the table now.
The dad just bows to you, then walks out backwards.
What, like a little Japanese
Yeah,
man?
it's just like, very honourable poo, sir.
The dad goes to live in the woods.
This is your house now.
Right.
This is absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Did not happen.
I agree.
Not having it. No.
Yeah, right.
Well, they're a bit of a comfort writing that story then.
Exactly.
So you're now claiming that your plan all along was that to bring us a
No.
false story, so the person who wrote it was a cunt.
No, I'm saying they
He's-
are a cunt for tricking me.
He's desperately trying to save this, isn't he?
This feature has been limping on for maybe 6 months now, and it has not worked once.
It works every time. We've got more stories.
Right? Yeah. Let's see if the
That's
second
quite
one's
like
better.
it. Seems to be quite
Okay,
good
now I
feature.
Hey,
can
we got to chat about it, didn't we? We had a nice little jumping off point.
now I can
Gav,
tell
don't encourage him.
I can 100% tell that this one's story is going to be real because they have not used paragraphs. So immediately that's correct.
Let's go. Right.
This
Let's...
is from friend of the show, Yaroslav.
Oh, hi
Oh,
Yaroslav.
hello. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So I assume this is a story about staring at the floor.
My landlord is a strong contender to be cunt of the week. I had a lady over and we didn't sleep the whole night. She was telling me about her dead baby and stuff.
Right. That makes more sense. First half of the sentence, I was like, doubt it, and then I was like, oh no, talking about a dead baby. Fair enough. Yeah.
Mate, it's very unfair of her to leave you with an erection like that.
Not only was there a woman in the room, you were hearing about dead babies.
I know, it can't get me harder than leave.
Shortly after we actually went to sleep, I was awakened by somebody shouting and pushing the door to my flat. It was slightly broken. Then a random man comes in and keeps shouting at me. When I asked who was this person, he replied, "I am the owner of the flat and I can do whatever I want." He kept shouting and interrogating me, asking, "Do you pay rent? Do you live by yourself?" etc. When he went to the bedroom and saw the lady sleeping, he started shouting at her. She has PTSD, so she was really scared.
Yeah, most people would be, to be honest. Like, you know, that could be the thing that gives you the PTSD.
In the first place.
Yeah. Most women will be scared by a man. You don't need a mental disorder, you know. So I'd say fair enough.
Yeah. And wanted me to open the closet to see if there are any women's clothes. He kept shouting throughout his visit, even when he was leaving.
That's such a funny thing to shout. Open your cupboard and show me women's clothes. I really want to just like start trying front doors to see if they're unlocked. Just burst into people's houses. Right, next Dead Men special. We film all of us trying to do this.
Because surely if you told that story to your friends, people go, yes, I've heard about him. It's such a niche thing, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, the woman cupboard man.
Go
I
on.
didn't know he was in the area.
He kept shouting throughout his visit, even when he was leaving, and didn't even say sorry when he was leaving.
And I would have expected a full and frank apology from this clearly reasonable man.
We're past sorry. Show me women's clothes. No.
I do apologise.
Sorry.
I do apologise. Terribly sorry. Most dishonourable.
Yeah. He's going mental and you show him a massive shit in the toilet and he's like, oh, do you know what? I've made a grave error.
I didn't realise what an alpha I was dealing with.
Later that day, I had a panic attack.
Pussy.
My hands were shaking.
Sorry, Yaroslav. Go on.
Later that day, I had a panic attack. My hands were shaking and I was nauseous for the whole day. Is my landlord cunt of
Sorry,
the
is
week?
he actually your landlord?
I think he's the landlord, yeah.
Right, that's actually a landlord. I thought it was just a man who claimed he was the landlord.
But we're saying when I asked this person, he's talking
He
like
did-
he didn't know him.
I don't think he knew it was his landlord at this point.
Maybe.
Because if you're going through
He might have gone through an estate agent.
Yeah, you don't necessarily know your landlord.
Also, Yaroslav is a foreigner, so he's doing his best.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're actually being
So it's
quite
on me,
racist.
this, is it?
It's on you. You've really got to meet him halfway on this.
Is my landlord cunt of the week? Especially because in my contract it says they should notify me about visits.
In the law, it says that. Are you like, you're not allowed? It doesn't matter. You're not allowed if you're renting out a house to just barge in the middle of the night and start demanding to see women's clothes.
And even
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's a specific law against that, but I feel like there's something that'll cover it. You've got to give 24 hours notice of wanting to see women's clothes in someone's flat.
yeah, even if you were allowed to come unannounced, it's still a mental thing to do.
You still can't go. Oh, by the way, I'm just giving you 24 hours notice. Tomorrow I am going to need to see some women's underwear.
Do we have to be there? Yeah, yes, you have to be there for that.
I want witnesses. That's actually kind of part of it for me.
What's that thong for in your drawer? It's in case the landlord comes round.
Yeah, you have to keep a selection of women's clothes. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't this year, but you never know.
It's like, hey, look, if he does try and catch you out, though, when he opens your cupboard, just be like, how do you know that towel isn't a hijab? Right? Fucking checkmate. Right? You didn't say what ethnicity women's clothes. Get the fuck out of here, lad.
All men's clothes can be women's clothes if she's a lesbian.
Yeah, you've got loads of Carhartt for fat people in your closet. All you need is one pair of roller skates. Couple of board games, you're sorted.
Oh, my
So
God.
it's landlord cunt of the week. Or maybe it's the lady with a dead baby, because of whom we didn't sleep and react properly. Oh,
mean-
love the pod, Yaroslav.
I mean, if she had a cunt of the week, then the baby would still be alive.
That's a fucking reach, that. Fucking hell.
I'm confused here. Like I take it, joking aside, that he wanted to prove that there was a woman paying rent there. That's why he's.
He'll have been like, oh yeah, like, do you live here, sort
Yes.
of thing. You know, whereas it's like, and I'll be honest with you, if you met Yaroslav, you would be very surprised to find a woman in his bed. You'd be fucking shocked because he has a giant tattoo down his arm that says "unbummed," thanks to this podcast.
A living woman.
It comes to all of our shows. We love Yaroslav.
Oh,
he brought a
marvellous.
woman to Taskbusters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
fucking hell,
I remember
yeah.
seeing surprised.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I feel like I would remember that shock. Fair play, Yaroslav.
Yeah, he's a player.
I think the landlord is pretty cunty there.
Yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
this one. Like normally, there's a little bit of a grey area. I feel like this one's pretty open and shut, like his cupboards were when he's looking for women's clothes.
I'll be honest, I kind of really don't like most landlords anyway.
Whoa, hey,
Like-
hey
like
there. All
90
right. Calm
90
down, Karl Marx.
Like 98% of landlords are absolute fucking cunts.
I'll
They
go
take
even
the piss.
further. I think literally all of them should be on fire. I think they are parasites and scum. And I think if you become a landlord, you are making yourself a cunt.
There's some people, like, for example, what Goodwin's doing with the affordable housing thing. and
Sure, I would say that's a very,
Binty-
very
yeah,
specific thing and
Binty-
doesn't cover landlords.
Binty from Hot Water does some stuff as well that's good. And sometimes people, like, inherit a house or whatever because somebody died. And then they go, well, I'll just keep it. No, I don't want to make money out of it. I'm just going to keep it. You know what I mean?
If you're a non-profit landlord, that is fine. That isn't who we're fucking talking about, is it, Freddy?
But we have a
Yeah.
landlord for this office. We couldn't buy a studio.
yeah, and I think they're a cunt.
Right, but like, we pay him, and it's worth it. It's a good deal that we get.
Sure, but they're a cunt.
Yeah, but you can deal. You deal with cunts, don't you? That's why you still have to
that's
deal
the way
with them,
life works. You know, you get fucked by people, but sometimes you've got to accept it, and sometimes there are better ways of getting fucked. But it's still like, you know, all landlordism is theft. Fuck them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
Right. Next story.
Yeah, people are so surprised to hear a genuinely left-wing view nowadays, aren't they?
They are,
Like people are so like, what? What? Not even you don't even like some landlords. It's like just having some opinion that is slightly not Tory is like, wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what they've done to us.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, they'd be able to own a house if they worked harder.
So landlord is the front runner so far. I think you might change your mind here, Rob.
Okay,
I'd like to nominate Freddy for cunt of the week.
I've changed my mind.
I think you might change it back. This is going back a while to Dead Meat, but I got some tickets on the Saturday, so me and my pal thought we'd head over. Except we looked at the tickets and saw that it was Saturday to Sunday. Ignored the part where it said 2 a.m. Sunday, and we turned up at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
That's
so wait,
really
so
funny.
wait, so wait. So when you looked at the bit that said Saturday to Sunday,
Yeah.
you went out. You're wrong. Whatever this is, you're wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw Freddy walking around the park and thought, aye, this must be the place. Because we went back the next day, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we got there and saw there was no one else hanging around and thought we must be early. So we sat down outside the venue. At that point, loads of young children came out of the venue and sat across a few tables next to us. They were having a birthday party.
These are the stupidest people I have ever... Like, the people who made it to Dead Meat were thick as fuck.
We actually got there.
And honestly, like, the people who've written this in, you would be so embarrassed if you'd seen some of the fucking mongs who managed to come on the right day.
Who managed to read the leaflets correctly.
Seriously, some real spatulas made it on the day, I'll be honest with
Right,
you.
but let's stop talking about Yaroslav for a bit.
No, Yaroslav's one of the smart spatulas.
He is a smart,
Yeah,
he is a
yeah,
smart
yeah.
one, yeah. We thought it's a bit awkward, but moved the table over and thought, we'll wait. As time went on, we thought it's a bit weird that no one else was there, so we checked the website and realised what was wrong. Is Freddy the cunt for watching us sit at a child's birthday party for half an hour, or us for sitting at a child's birthday party for half an hour?
Sorry, are you saying Freddy's a cunt because two people sat at a pub and he didn't immediately go, do you have tickets for my event?
That was yesterday.
Like, literally, it's an open venue. People can just go in and have a pint.
Yes.
I mean, you know that I don't know you. You must surely know that.
This is just two men. All you've seen is two men and you've not instinctively used your psychic powers.
Imagine how bizarre it would be if I went up to two random men and went, you here for Dead Meat?
Have they looked at Freddy's head shape and got a forehead that big must have psychic powers?
Wait, why didn't you ask me? Why was it on me to ask you? I don't know who you are. You clearly know who I am. Ask me.
Where did you think the festival was going to be? All the tents were down.
No, I think the tents are still up at that point. to
Right,
be fair.
okay. That's a minor point back
And the
in there.
signs are still up. It depends on what you got. I went down and took the signs down that day, so...
It would.
To be fair, the bunting is still up.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It would pain me to be this stupid.
It's like it is fully your fault.
You've misread the ticket. You were the only ones that turned up a day late.
Yeah.
Look, if there were even 10 of you that turned up a day late, then you'd be like,
Did we do something wrong? Did we miscommunicate?
you were the only people that fucked this up.
Yeah, it's on you.
Sat watching a child's birthday. There was nobody
Hundreds
there.
of people made it absolutely
And then
fine.
you
As if Freddy's going to go, oh, there's two men. They must have misread the ticket and
Yeah.
thought that it was today.
Why would you assume
Why?
that? Next year, though, do come on the Sunday. Great to have you again.
Mate, it would be good if you gone up with the kids and assumed that they were coming to the show.
It'd be great if you went over to that kid's birthday party and just went, do you like rape jokes?
Lads, it was last night.
It'd be so funny. Someone turned up to our festival wearing a Lost Profits t-shirt. And imagine if it had been that cunt that had turned up the wrong day and gone to that birthday party like, hey? You are thick as fuck, and I'm glad you didn't make it, you fucking morons. Though, do try again next year. It was really
I
fun.
think you're the cunt for trying to pin any blame of this onto me.
I love blaming Freddy for things. It's one of my favourite things. And I'm not with you. That's how much you fucked it. I'm on Freddy's side. That's how badly you fucked up this letter. You fucking idiots. Christ.
I'm nominating them.
Yeah, I'm putting that over Yaroslav's landlord.
Sorry, Yaroslav.
I don't know how many people with PTSD you would have to trigger in order for me to think you were worse than this moron.
So this person is worse than a landlord.
Worse than any landlord. Even one of the worst landlords I've ever heard about. Who you voting for, Gav? For Cunt of the Week?
Oh, I'll still stick with the landlord just to give it a bit of spice.
Yeah, give it a
I
bit of
do
spice.
like
Give it a bit of spice. Yeah, fair enough. So it's over to Tom.
I'm going to go for the stupid cunt who went to Dead Meat on the wrong day.
Thank fuck, because
enough.
one of the big flaws of this is that there are 4 votes and therefore often a tie.
Mind you, I'll tell you something, and I'm sticking up for you here, Rob. I bet those 2 pricks are probably landlords.
Yes, I bet they are. I bet they turned up in their fucking Range Rover, and I hope it flipped over on the motorway on their drive
Thank
out.
you.
I mean, we could
Power to the people.
always have fixed the whole 4 people thing by allowing the 5th person in the studio to vote.
No, but she's a woman.
Exactly. We're very much Saudi Arabia, aren't we?
Yes, in that we used to have a gay, but we got rid of him quickly. we had a gay producer for 2 episodes.
One, I think.
Hey, as long as you can do the job.
Yeah, well, he couldn't. It turned out he couldn't get time off work, so that's why we now have not gay Tom.
So, stupid people.
God, where did he work?
Yeah.
The boudoir or something.
No, he's had a normal office job that was at the same
really?
time as
I
this. Yeah,
And they do these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Also,
he was a
didn't-
really sound guy and totally competent. He just couldn't get the time off work. And he just told us he could.
Didn't think that he'd check it with work. And so he's like, yeah, work told me I can't have the time off. And I'm like, Yeah, of course they will do that. Like,
But,
you
you know,
work a full-time job. Of course you can't just be off
Much love to you,
Thursday.
Gay Dave. You're a fucking good lad, even if you're not good at checking work schedules.
So this is the part where we watch fucked up videos. Gav, is there anything that turns your stomach?
So are you aware we do this on this podcast?
No,
Gav?
I wasn't aware of that.
Right, so-
Clips, but,
Right, what we do is we ask people to send in the worst video on their phones. But don't worry, we've got rules. We've got rules. It's not a free-for-all, Gav, you know, obviously, because you get some awful
Yeah, you've got a
things
lot
on
of morals in this show. haven't you?
Exactly, yes, we're very moral upstanding. So the rules are no kids, no animal sex, no deaths unless it's a funny accident, and no
rape?
racism.
Oh, no rape? Is that not a rule?
I don't think we've had to say that one so far. That might be rule number 5 coming in. But we don't-
Unless it's pre-1981.
Yeah, and they're just giving it a go, and they don't complete, then it's fine. No, we do.
Very important.
Rule number 5 is if you get all 4 of the previous ones, that's a full house. Please do send in that video. So if you want to send in the video, it's 07354 188 257. That's 07354 188 257 on WhatsApp only, or Freddie's DMs on Instagram because he loves it.
No.
And where can people watch these videos?
Freddie's
You can't watch on
Instagram
YouTube, can you?
DMs. No, you can watch them on our Discord, but you can only do that if you're a member of our Patreon. So sign up over there. And like, if you just want to watch them for free for a week, you can do that. You can get a free trial over on Patreon, as well as loads of other things.
Patreon.com/DeadMenTalkPod.
Oh, give us some money. So we'll get to it now. If there is anything that is there anything that particularly makes you like squeamish, or like you find like turns your stomach or anything, Gav? Because we want to avoid anything like that, obviously.
Not off the top of my head, no. I
Okay,
don't
well,
think
let's
so.
have a little look. There is a sick bucket down there if you need one. At any point.
There is really, isn't there? I
There
thought
is,
that
yeah.
you
It's
just
branded as well. It's got our logo
metaphorically
on it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
No,
I'm
no.
nearest to it.
We have had to use that. So
Never watched it.
Never watched it. No. That's part of the charm.
We're going to play a game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this becomes a regular feature. It's called What's Up His Arse?
Play the sting, Tom. That's definitely having a sting there, isn't it? So this is a nurse or a doctor. I've been very sexist there.
With complaints of abdominal pain and bleeding.
So are we going to guess what's up his arse? Are we going to see the picture?
Yeah,
or
should we guess?
I'm assuming from the picture you can see.
You can, but it's already revealed at that point with the
Sure.
captions. But let's have a guess. What's up his arse?
What's up his arse? What's up his arse? It's hard because we don't get to see the guy, because I'd like to judge him based on
I'm
that.
assuming it's a he, by the way. I don't know if it is a he.
It's usually men shoving
Tends
things
to
up
be,
their
yeah.
ass.
Yeah,
You know,
usually,
women don't have a prostate, so what's the point?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just showing off.
Just the challenge, love of the game.
Yeah.
It's like women's football. They're not as good at it, but
Giving it a
it's
go.
not as good.
Bless you, darling.
It's not as much
Yet
money in
another
it.
male-dominated pursuit, shoving things up your ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a loofah.
A loofah, interesting choice. I'm going to go with a trophy with handles.
Oh, trophy with handles. There you go.
What about a child's
Face.
lorry? You know,
A lorry? Oh, interesting.
You know,
Okay. Like a matchbox
replica
lorry.
matchbox. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
all incorrect.
Because on examination on x-ray and ultrasound, this patient had a gerbil up his rectum.
A gerbil. He's gone full Richard Gere.
Fuck.
There it is.
Oh my God. That's,
What's
yeah.
The skeleton of the gerbil, yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that gerbil will have survived.
Well, also it's an X-ray, so you can only see the bones.
Yeah. But also, I assume the gerbil's probably in quite a bad way.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cooks out with a carrot.
Like, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. You know, I think, you know, whatever you
Oh,
do.
that's disgusting.
I know, that's why I said it. You know, if you enjoy yourself in the privacy of your home, whatever you do between consenting adults is all good. I don't think a gerbil can consent. I think you shouldn't shove animals up your ass.
No, but if you put
It's
a
also
bit
illegal.
of, if you put some food down there, then that gerbil will just dove right down.
There's no way a gerbil can get itself into a bumhole as well. It'd have to be an incredibly baggy arsehole in
Yeah.
order for that to happen.
That's already had a bit of abuse down the years.
Well, to be
in
fair,
its
by
own
the
right.
time you've worked up to a gerbil, I don't think
Yeah.
that's day one, is it? That's not where you start with shoving things up your ass. I think
Yeah,
when you go
yeah.
right, it's like getting a face tattoo for your first one. You know, you
Absolutely, yeah,
want to
yeah.
build up towards
Yeah.
getting that. You know, like,
Bad news, sir. The only way we can get the gerbil out is to shove a cat up there. How will we get the cat out? Well, that's where a dog comes in.
The old woman who's suppository to fly.
Exactly, it's the important version of that, isn't it?
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
don't, yeah, don't shove gerbils up your ass is my PSA for people.
Cool. Also, don't do this. This was called Rocky. It's a guy, he's got some fireworks. And he's going to box some fireworks.
He's going to fight them, sort
Yeah.
of.
Oh, that's class.
This is sick.
Great.
That's class.
This guy's a ledge.
This is how you save boxing.
Yeah. You're not really into the showbiz aspect of the sport, are you, Gav?
Oh my lord, that's
That
brilliant.
guy was
Right,
class. Loved that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Can we get him on Dad, mate?
Yeah, like honestly, like if we can, he's probably not in Britain, is he?
No.
If he was, we'll get him here.
Yeah, that's it. It's just called Scooter, this one.
All right. Is this about Euro dance?
This is a bad one.
Oh, we're at the skate
Oh, I always
park.
like these, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, we'll have to see that again.
I think we need a slow motion on that, don't we?
Yes, indeed. Here it comes.
Like the fact that it's a scooter means you know it's like a 12-year-old as well, and it's chin first.
Oh,
Oh, on a high rail, and they are out.
Yeah.
They are out. Can we take it full speed again? So why are you going to close it?
I like his legs movement where he goes.
This must be like their first time on a big ramp because, like, they haven't even attempted a trick. They've immediately let go of the scooter. All you have to do to stay on a scooter is hold it.
Is it not one of them ones where the scooter spins a few times and then they get back on?
That's what they're going to try and do. But he's let go of it with his hands. That bit's the
Stop
easy
giving him a
part.
hard time, man.
That's the easy bit. Is holding on with your hands.
I know you're going to scuff your scooter.
Yeah.
It's really sad, isn't it? Your mum got you that.
Yeah. So it's £7 on that. Yeah, bad one.
Oh,
bad.
This is another fun one.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen this.
Jumping over a car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
That sounded
Are you okay, bro? Did
That's
you hear
it.
the other fella?
I've called this one "You Good Bro" because the calmness of his friend after he breaks his leg. Listen to this.
You good, bro?
It's so
Good
low
bro,
key.
clearly not.
The camera guy is dog shit, I want to say. He immediately goes away for it. What is the liquid on the floor?
I was going to say...
What is the pile of liquid under his leg?
I know it's not the time or the place, but I think there's a slow leak in that engine.
I just wanted that. Has that come out of the man or the car?
Well,
I don't think it's come out of the man.
It was
No,
there
can't.
before he'd arrived.
Yeah. I like, fuck me, that has gone badly. Like, if you're going to try and jump over a car, don't make it like a flatbed truck with stuff in it where you can get your legs stuck.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's really, like... Also, I like it when it's people showing off getting hurt.
Yes.
Because, like...
No need to do
He's
that.
done this to himself. He's not trying to escape a fire.
Walk around.
That's the Freddy Quinne way.
Of course, you yourself being a Leeds United fan,
Sure.
you do know the history. Of course,
Obviously, yeah.
Duncan McKenzie
Jumped over a mini.
jumped over a minute before the game, which is great, isn't
Yeah.
it? You didn't have the manager saying,
Can
"Come,
you
what you
imagine
doing?"
that now? Like, like one of the Man City players, like, let's go outside, lads. Rodri's going to jump over a Ferrari. It's fucking mental, isn't it? Like, yeah, he used to go in the car park outside on the road and he'd jump over
But they
a mini.
sometimes had a mini next to the pitch, didn't they?
Yeah, that was his whole thing. He could jump over a Mini Cooper. But Mini Cooper, smooth roof.
Do you remember the?
No way to get your leg caught.
Do you remember the Chelsea football player Celestine Babayaro?
Yes, indeed.
He
Fullback.
he scored in his first ever game, a friendly against Stevenage. Scored, did a black flip, broke his leg.
Did a what?
Backflip.
Yeah, that's not what he said.
No,
He said he did a black flip. Which is the only kind he can do. He did say that,
He
didn't
did say that, yeah,
He
yeah.
did say a black flip. We can run the tape back.
The temptation now to call it something else flip. We'll just go over again.
Yes, we can all fill in that joke in our own heads, Freddie.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
colour it. You've laid down the dots. We can all join them.
Yeah, that's from
Right.
the Alfie Brown School of Stand-Up.
Let's watch another video.
So this one's called Human Cannonball.
Okay. Oh, it's literally a human cannonball.
Through the roof, maybe. We'll have to see that again.
There's something so funny about a clown getting fucked up like that. Watch the faces of the people watching
The
as
camera
well.
goes that way, and he doesn't follow it.
And there is some, like, the camera work is beautiful. This is...
I think he may have landed on that.
on
those.
security railings.
On the girder.
On the
Honestly,
safety railings. That is one of my favourite
That was
videos.
filmed like it was like Arrested Development. Or
It's
something
perfect.
Like that.
The way the camera like goes to follow him, then goes back, and you just see one sad
That's
little
great.
kid. The sound going when everyone just goes silent. The lights going down. The guy rushing in. The fact that he's clearly really badly hurt.
Right.
Oh, it's
10 out of
all
10. 10 out of 10. Love that one.
If you're going to be a human cannonball, you got to expect
You got to expect it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, there are drawbacks to that job, isn't there?
Yeah.
One of them being you can only walk slowly down the hall.
Well, thanks for coming on,
Oh, wait,
Gav.
wait,
Whoa. We haven't played the finisher yet.
I'm just telling him thanks for coming on.
Thank you. It was
coming
a
on,
great
Gav.
pleasure. Even though it's not finished yet, I'm really
To be
pleased
clear,
say
we
that.
are continuing, but also thank you.
Thank you all
so
for
far.
listening.
But continue to do so.
And continue to do so.
This was called Probably Fine.
Right.
It's probably fine.
Probably find this guy.
Okay. That always means they're dead.
He's near a cliff.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen
I can
those.
see
Where
what's
there is
coming.
not a barrier.
No barrier.
Maybe this country doesn't have the money for a barrier, is what it looks like.
Pause
To
it.
be honest, the barrier
Pause
doesn't
it.
really come into
Pause it.
effect. Oh, shit.
What have
Pause
you done?
it. Pause it. I think he's going to do an Asian flip.
You still bottled that, didn't you?
I know. Oh, I know.
That was almost perfect for it.
It
but-
really was. You pussy.
You say it then.
No. The time may have passed.
Okay, let's see what he does. Yeah, he looks quite dangerous. The cliff just falls from underneath him, and he falls down a cliff.
Yeah.
Why are they celebrating it? How much of a cunt was that guy that when the cliff fell, they went, yeah.
Immediately.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell.
Why have you clicked off it again? Like,
Yeah,
we might want to watch this more than
We
once.
might want to see that
Sit
man
and
die
team.
in slow motion.
Let's watch again.
Yeah, bad that.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
probably
he's-
fine.
Do you reckon?
No.
I don't.
But for legal reasons, yeah.
I don't want to stereotype, but I'm not sure that lad's had a lot of swimming lessons. He might have had a float in a river. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, are you saying that he's maybe from a landlocked country in that
Perhaps.
particular continent?
What do you mean he's on the coast?
Maybe,
He's clearly not good at it, though, is he?
He's
He's
just
clearly
been on
not
a
good at
visit.
being by
He's
the
just been
sea.
on a visit.
Might be his first time.
Yeah, he's normally in Chad, but
Exactly.
he's now in Mauritius. There you go.
Yeah,
a good bit of knowledge.
good bit of knowledge, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's the first thing because he looks a little bit agog at the water, doesn't he? That's probably the wrong word. Raven slang.
We've got to get out of this episode. Maybe we should have gone when you said.
Thank you for coming on, Gav. Is there anything that you
been
would like to
fucking
plug,
class,
such
mate.
as a tour or anything?
Say that again.
Is there anything you would like to plug, such as a tour or anything?
Yes, I'm on tour at the moment, and I know it's not important where we are, but I'm not far from here really. On the 25th, I'm in Chorley Theatre.
Oh, Charlie Little Theatre.
Yes,
Nice one,
Chorley,
class venue,
yes.
that.
I've got that. I've got a few more dates. Hexham Queen's Hall this weekend on Friday. Is that the 18th? Yeah. Whitley Bay Playhouse on the 2nd of November, and concert in County Durham Empire Theatre on the 9th of November. Doing a show called An Evening of Swearing and Shouting.
You always do good titles, man. Like that's
Yeah,
always been a thing
I
I've
think so.
enjoyed about it. Didn't you have a show one year that was just called Young People Are Cunts?
Yes, all young people.
All
are
young
cunts,
people are
yeah,
cunts. Sorry, I didn't mean to butcher that.
sorry, I was paraphrasing there.
So sorry. Yeah, I had an approximation of it. Yeah,
Yeah, and you should absolutely go and see Gav, who's a really good stand-up.
totally.
And we're not like other podcasts that would just, I don't know, get a guest on who's like a dreadful stand-up, but whose
And human
father
being.
was a politician or some
Yeah,
shit
that
like
made them
that.
famous. Yeah. Yeah, because we have scruples on this podcast.
Of course, I've
And we don't have a number.
Yeah, we just get people who've never had any sort of issue, like dapper laughs.
And that porn star.
You sign up to our Patreon, give us some money for extra stuff, or not. You can have it for free for a week at Dead Men Talk Pod. That is patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. We give you an extra episode every week. Some of the best episodes of all time have been over on the Patreon. You get specials and all that stuff. So join in, because you're missing out if you don't. And also, it's the only thing that keeps this podcast going, because we can't keep sponsors. So thank you very much.
Also, I'm on tour still. I think we've done 6 dates now, 7 dates. 4 of them have sold out, and the other 2 have sold really well, but they didn't sell out. But thank you ever so much to everybody who's come so far. Some of you were insane, and it's terrifying to meet you, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? If you want to grab some tickets for the shows that are in rest of October and November, they're at freddyquinne.co.uk.
Lovely. Bye.
Bye.
Dead